Welcome back to the Westmoreland Sports Network for our Recruiting Thursday feature, brought to you by Sendell Volkswagen in Greensburg. We would love to meet you. Jack Ridenour here with you today, and we are now joined by recent Robert Morris women's soccer commit from Derry Area High School, Alayna Williams. Alayna, first off, thanks so much for joining us today. How does it feel to have this decision made and finally settled for you?
It feels great. It feels just like a big weight off my shoulders. Just having this next year to play freely, not the stress of like, will I have a place to go? It's just nice to know that like it's set. I have a place to go, and just now I can really focus and just have a stressful, like a not a stressful last year of soccer. So it's really nice to know.
Absolutely. Yeah. You get to enjoy that and you get to really enjoy this final year during your senior year of high school and whatnot as well outside of soccer. But we'll get into all of that in a little bit. I want to first start with Robert Morris and just what drew you to the team, the program, the school. I mean, what led you to wanting to commit there?
When I first looked into the school, it just seemed to check all my boxes academically and athletically, and it just seemed like a place where I could grow most. And then another big thing for me is I really like the coach, Coach Rick. She reached out to me and she just was super excited, and I just felt so comfortable talking to her on the phone, in person, texting her. So that was a really big part to me that drew me to the school.
Yeah, and that's so important to kind of have that connection, especially if it can be predetermined with that head coach. And really, if it's not a head coach, a position coach, even at times. But what were some other schools and some other teams that were recruiting you and that you were also interested in?
Mostly the other schools that were I was mostly talking to over the like recently were University of Richmond and Davidson College. I was talking to them a lot as well.
Well, it's good that you were able to kind of file things down and settle on Robert Morris. Not to mention, you get to stay close to home as well, which I'm sure is a nice little added bonus as well. But I want to get into the high school scene of soccer and travel circuit with you because for those at home that aren't aware, Derry area does not have a girls soccer team. So how hard was that for you recruiting wise, not playing for a high school team and just mainly staying in the travel circuit?
Yeah, it was a little difficult because like let's say like a college would reach out to me in summer, like I wouldn't be playing games until the winter because that's when my club season was. So it was a little difficult just like for them to be able to see me because I don't have a high school season. So they had to like wait, or I had to like go to ID camp or just continue like communicating with them. So that was a little difficult. But other than that, it was pretty nice to because I do volleyball instead. So it just is nice to take a little break from soccer and have volleyball instead. But I also do, Riverhounds does have practices during the fall. So I do go to those as well. So
Well, I'm glad that you bring up your volleyball career. I know that you're a multi-sport athlete. You also participate in track and field. Did you ever consider maybe playing other sports or being a multi-sport athlete in college?
I never really considered it for college. I just like soccer was the sport I was most interested in. The other ones were just like for fun or just like with my friends. I was never like that deeply interested in them as much as I am for soccer. So no, I never really considered being a multi-sport athlete in college. But like going D1, it would just be too much for me.
Yeah, it would be a lot of time and a lot of also not to mention with the aspect of schooling as well. I mean that'd be a lot on your plate to have to deal with. But in terms of just the schedule that you have with your travel schedule and then school, I mean how does that all kind of factor in? Especially like you mentioned, you're not having to worry about going to practice right after school. You probably have a little bit of time in between school ends, and I'm assuming practice for travel starts. Correct?
Yeah, I do. Um, I do a lot of work on my own at home. Like I go to the gym, I practice. Like my sister also plays soccer, so I practice with her a lot. We go to the fields, kick around, or I just practice at home a lot and work on my fitness, go for runs in the meantime while others are in their high school season, which I don't have, so that's what I do.
In what ways do you feel that just strictly playing travel soccer has prepared you to play Division 1 soccer that maybe, playing high school soccer might not have prepared you enough for?
Mhm. Like the level between like high school and club is a lot different. Like playing ECNL is a lot fast paced, and I play with a lot of good girls that are like going Division 1, going to Power 5 schools, or playing with like the youth national team. So just being in the atmosphere of being around like a lot of really good high quality players has like helped me a lot. And being with them for so long, you start to pick up on things that they do. And it really helped me grow as a player, just being around them.
Yeah, I mean, they say, you go up against talent that's, a step above or maybe two steps above, and that's going to bring your level up as well. So it's great that you're
Mhm.
able to get exposure to that. And not to mention, get yourself a little acclimated to what it's going to be like playing Division I soccer. But
Mhm.
you'll actually be joining a fellow standout in the area from Penn Trafford and Reese Solomon. She'll be going to Robert Morris as well. Do you know Reese at all? Have you played against her?
We played with each other before, but she is the age group below me, so we were never on the same team, and I've never played against her, so it'll be new. But I'll be on our team this year because I was a track player, so I was on the older team. Now I'll be moving down to the '07 team, so we will be on a team together this year. So it'll be nice to get to know her before going to college.
Well, what do you think that says about Robert Morris and the program trying to pull more local talent from the area, and just overall, what do you think that says about the growth of women's soccer in the area?
Yeah, I think it really helps because like people see that like we're in the same club and like a lot of people from our club are going Division 1 and like Robert Morris being so close, I they came to a lot of my games and they're able to come to like most of my games in the spring, unlike other colleges that would be a lot of travel for them. So just being close to a lot of Division 1 schools like Pitt as well, they can come to like a lot of our games. So I think just seeing that a club is so close to these schools and like you get a lot of exposure to them and they get to see you a lot, they get to evaluate you a lot over the season more than other schools. So I think that really helps.
Yeah, and as I think, I'm sure most states would probably agree, being able to keep that talent local and kind of homegrown, if you will, really builds that local college area and really starts to expand the talent that they're able to pull from. But I know that soccer kind of runs in your family, your dad being the former soccer coach at Derry. And so, with
Mhm.
him being a lifer, how much has he helped you to become the player that you are today?
He's helped me a lot. He's helped me like with emails, just reaching out to colleges and just like making sure I stay on top of like working and stuff like off outside of practice and stuff and keeping my fitness up, like getting touches on the ball. He like reminds me all the time like you have to keep this up, like if you want to play Division 1 soccer, you're going to have to work for it and like the work just doesn't stop. Like you have to keep going and he's definitely a big help in that.
Well, and to build on that, I mean, how much do you feel that your sister kind of pushes you and you push her in a way to become better players?
She helped me a lot because she also plays soccer in college. So I got to like get a preview of kind of like how it goes down and like what they do for preseason, like how the season works and like what like fitness tests they do. And like I get to train with her before her preseason. So I just kind of like get to see what she does and like now I know like what to do when I go to college. So she's helped me a lot and it's helped me a lot to see it before I do it. So definitely helps.
Well, it's great that you got, a little bit of a taste, before you go off to college. So you're not getting hit with a rude awakening when it's 5 a.m. and you're running sprints. You already are going to be accustomed to that and know that that's going to be coming down the pipe for you. But Alayna, it's been great to get you on for Recruiting Thursday today. Before we let you run, want to ask you and kind of circle back to the beginning. I know that you mentioned with your recruitment and with your commitment, kind of now can enjoy senior year. You can enjoy high school a little bit. So what are you looking forward to in this final year at Derry? It doesn't have to be soccer related, it can be anything. Just what are you excited about for this final year of high school before you go off to college?
I'm just excited to just have fun. I know that's kind of a basic answer, but just to not like this whole past year, my whole junior year, even my sophomore and freshman year, I just like had it in the back of my mind that I didn't know where I was going, like didn't know if colleges would reach out. Like there was always just that stress put on me. And now it's just like a big weight off my shoulders and I can just focus on things that I didn't really get to focus on before. And I can just, you know, be free, like just do whatever and like not have to send emails, be on calls. I can just really focus on the things that matter and like just other sports too. Like sometimes I would have to miss for soccer because like I couldn't do those other sports because I wasn't committed yet, but now I just get, just less stressful year in it. I'm really excited for it.
Well, it sounds like you are definitely thrilled to have that enjoyable senior year ahead. Alayna, again, thanks so much for stopping by. Congratulations on the commitment and good luck this season.
Thank you.
That's RMU women's soccer commit Alayna Williams. As always, thanks for joining us for another awesome edition of Recruiting Thursday, brought to you by our friends at Sendell Volkswagen in Greensburg. We would love to meet you. Make sure you check out our other Recruiting Thursday features that are available on our YouTube channel. And as always, this is Jack Ridenour signing off. Never saying a goodbye, just a see you later, right here and only on the Westmoreland Sports Network.